Hi, it's April 17th, 2013, and I just want to make sure that I clarify this. With the Saudi being caught, and of course he's not the suspect at the present time, that was put out initially, of course. I only mentioned it primarily because they said they had someone. If you look at what I've been saying here, I really believe and have the evidence to suggest that they're going to pin this on, as I've said, a right-wing type of person in Boston is what I'm talking about, with either training ties, reference ties, or supposed ties to Al-Qaeda, one way or the other, whether they got it from information on the internet or if they have a contact supposedly or whatever. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that that's how I'm looking at this. I think this is an opportunity to blame the the right-wing white folks, and that's how it's being played in the media now, just as a lot of us have said that it would. I'm not the only one that's been saying that. The scripting has been there for quite some time, as you know if you've been watching this. But I got some other information on YouTube. They sent it to me, and I just thought I'd mention this in case nobody else has noticed this, and of course I got a couple of them in my personal emails on the YouTube site. Somebody that I think is pretty knowledgeable about what they're talking about, okay? And they're saying it's going to be a white male in his 20s, American, of course, domestic right-winger, with ties to Al-Qaeda. In other words, he's either received Al-Qaeda materials or supposedly has an Al-Qaeda contact. It's going to be something like that. I wouldn't be surprised a bit if it plays out that way, because that's how the scripting has been. Is he going to be a real right-winger? Probably not. He's probably going to be a mental patient or a provocateur agent, or somebody who thinks that he's doing what the government wants, sort of like the McVeigh situation, and they're going to use him as a patsy and get rid of him. It's going to go some way like that. So I just thought I'd bring that up real quick. I don't really have any other news to give you this morning other than don't take your eyes off of what's going on elsewhere. These diversions that happen, they're important, but there's other stuff happening. And I had one person send me in information that Obama had signed the Stock Act. I don't know the name of it, sorry, but that it legalizes Congress to make insider trading, and we knew that was going on. Congress exempts themselves from the law. The government workers do, which is under the Constitution a title of nobility in another sense. It's illegal. They can't make themselves exempt from the laws that they put the rest of us under. There was only one thing that they were supposed to be exempt from, and that is arrest during the time that Congress is in session, because then nobody can use that arrest to keep them from voting on issues or debating on issues. So that's really the only thing that they're supposed to be immune from, is arrest while Congress is in session. Boy, I sure get diverging, don't I? Just so much going on, so many things that are trying to subjugate us to tyranny. So keep your eyes still on what's happening here domestically, because that's the government you need to fear, and I've said this many times. They're getting ready to put everything in place. It's actually already in place. They're just getting ready to let everybody see it. North Korea is still a problem. Iran is still a problem. Not that the countries are a problem, but the manipulations that are going on. China's getting upset about us, the U.S. surrounding them, getting into the Asian Pacific Rim area. There probably will be a launch. Obama came out again and said that, they don't have nukes. Of course, that's diametrically opposed to what the Pentagon's saying. So a lot of internal strife going on here, like I said before. But I think North Korea will end up firing a missile or two eventually here in the next little while. If for no other reason, they want to see our defensive systems. Remember the firing of the ballistic missile off of the LA coast in 2010 I mentioned in one of my videos. Now I want to say one other thing, okay? North Korea won't have this capability, but most missile systems, including things like our missiles. I'm having a brain cramp here, sorry, it's a little early in the morning. Our cruise missiles, there we go. Sorry about that. What we use today are not really large warheads. We use the old concept of MIRV, multiple reentry vehicles, with smaller nukes in them. So I don't think that we're going to be seeing much of this 100 megaton type of stuff. It's going to be, you know, in the 10 to 20 kiloton area primarily, unless they're trying to hit a really hard target like NORAD, something like that. So what am I saying? I'm saying that, you know, North Korea will probably fire a single warhead if they have one, and I think they probably do at this point. I believe the Pentagon over the White House any day. Not that I like the Pentagon, okay? They've got problems too, but anyway, I was there, so I kind of know how things work. But if anything else happens, you're going to be dealing with MIRVs, and the thing about that is that, you know, our anti-ballistic missile systems really can't defend against that. There's another system in place that will, and that might be why they have North Korea launch this thing, just to see what we do with it. So anyway, too long. I didn't mean to make it this long. Bottom line is they're going to blame, like we've been saying all along, right-wing conservatives on this deal in Boston with ties to Al-Qaeda. That's just the playbook. It just looks like that's what it's going to be like. It's not going to be true. It's going to be staged. It's going to be provocateur. It's, you know, our intelligence services are behind it, but I think that's how it's going to go.